The Walking Dead, the ones who live, finish off the Rick and Michonne saga, gave us a conclusion to that story, but they said that was it. At least until recently, we have heard some rumors recently that there may be a season 2 coming out, and in response to that, we have decided to pull some possible storylines from different sources online and also from our own imaginations and things that we think would be interesting to see. So, today, talking about that topic, we have myself, we have Common Magpie, who's traded in his Common Magpie cap for a Carl Grimes sheriff's hat, and TGK, who is sporting Lucille over his shoulder in honor of our Walking Dead episode we have today. Now, before we get into this, let's talk about the season 1 that is already out. We have watched season 1. We watched through season 1 together. Went through, I think it was in a weekend because there's only like 6 episodes because nobody makes full actual seasons of anything anymore.
Yeah.
So we watched through 6 episodes season 1 and like a weekend. What were your guys' thoughts? TGK, you want to go first?
I didn't like it.
You did not like it. What are some reasons? Do you have any reasons why?
It was definitely felt too rushed. They didn't put enough effort into it. I feel like they could have done way more with it. They just chose not to. The only part of it that I really liked was seeing Rick again. Because after Rick left the original show, a part of me left as well.
Common Magpie.
Okay, I liked it while it lasted.
You liked it while it lasted?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it got a really bad rap online. And I think some of it was deserved. Like, they deserved to get a bad rap for some of it. I think, personally, I don't think it was bad. I think there's a lot of really good, interesting story. I do agree that it was rushed. I feel like they probably could have made a full, with the storyline that they covered, they could have made a full like 16 to possibly 20 episode season that they crammed into 6 episodes. Especially 20 episodes if they have, because every season has some random like filler episodes that don't really progress the narrative a whole lot. If they were to do a couple episodes like that, they would definitely be able to fit 20 episodes in there.
Yeah.
But they had a ton of stuff that they covered in 6 episodes, and it was very, very rushed. I feel like it could have been a really, really good project. But we're here either way. And before we go into this, the spoilers. There will be spoilers. If you have not watched The Ones Who Live first season, then if you don't want to have this stuff spoiled, it's been out for a little bit. But if you don't want to have this stuff spoiled, fair warning. Obviously, I don't think you should probably be clicking on a video that's about possible season 2 stuff if you haven't seen season 1. But regardless, let's jump in. So we have 5 possible storylines. I said some of these have been that we've pulled from online places. Some of them I've kind of come up with on my own, and some of them is kind of a mixture of both. But we're going to, I will read through the storyline, and then we will just discuss and see what we think as far as if it's going to be, well, if we think it would be good, would it be viable, would it be able to extend it out past 6 season episode, just general thoughts on the topic. So the first one is the CRM rebellion. After dismantling the Civic Republic military's CRM, Oppressive leadership in season 1, Rick and Michonne discover a splinter faction within the CRM plotting a coup to restore its authoritarian rule. The couple, now living in Alexandria with their children, is pulled back into conflict when CRM defectors seek their help to lead a rebellion. The season explores Rick's struggle with his past trauma as a CRM soldier and Michonne's determination to protect their family, culminating in a battle to liberate the Civic Republic citizens. Subplots could involve Jadis' lingering influence through hidden loyalists. So, essentially, this would be because the CRM's not done. Like they destroyed a military outpost, but this is a massive city. So there's more military there. There's tons of civilians there. This is not done by any stretch of the imagination. They're still there. I could see kind of similar to in The Walking Dead, the end of the regular series, they were trying to go into the Commonwealth and kind of assimilate and get back to some normalcy. So I could see something where maybe they're talked into going in and liberating the CRM kind of for a same purpose or a similar purpose where they're trying to get... Because, I mean, if you're a parent, you're going to choose to have something like that for your kids versus out in the wild where they can a lot more likely get taken out by a walker or just random violence or stuff like that.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about that one? About the CRM being a main story still, where they're trying to like overthrow the government?
Pretty basic.
Basic.
I don't know how to feel about it. I mean, it could work.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
What do you think could be? What do you think? What do you see as possible positives, and what are maybe some possible negatives of that one? So, I can go first because I've put, I think, a lot more thought into this than you guys have.
Yes.
So possible positives. I mean, I'm always down for more of The Walking Dead. This is, in my opinion, one of the best TV shows ever. Period. Definitely one of my favorites. So I'm always down for more Walking Dead. I think it's positive, especially even if it's not like the best story. If it's a decent story and you get to see more of the characters that you like, I'm down. But possible negative would be, I could see this being like, I feel like a complaint a lot of people had towards the end of like season 7 of The Walking Dead, maybe season 8 a little bit, is it felt very repetitive. Like it didn't feel like it was anything new anymore. Let's go on to the next one, because I think this one may have a little more for you guys as far as like thoughts anyways.
Yeah.
This is the cross-continental threat. A new hyper-intelligent walker variant begins spreading across the country, forcing Rick and Michonne to team up with characters from other spin-offs to track its origin. Their journey leads them to a secret CRM lab that was experimenting with walker evolution, revealing a scientist who believes the variants could be humanity's next step. The season balances high-stakes action with Rick and Michonne's grappling with whether to destroy the lab or use its research to end the walker threat forever. So we did see a little bit of some walker variants in Daryl Dixon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We also saw them saw a bit of like even experimenting with Walker variants and all that too.
Yeah. So, what do you guys think on that one as far as good, bad?
That could
I
be
mean-
pretty good.
That one I feel like they could probably do. And if they did do it, they could probably do it to where it's pretty good.
I think you
If they
could
do it
definitely, it'll stand out as different.
Yeah.
That's where I feel like the first option, I think a big possible issue is falling back into, which I think, like I said, seasons, I think 7 and 8 kind of got into this where it was like repetitive. It was like the same threat just popping up, going away, popping up, going away, popping up, going away. And it didn't really feel like the story was progressing as much. This would be something completely new, completely different. Could even bring in some Fear the Walking Dead characters that made it through to the end, which I'm not going to say who because you guys haven't finished Fear the Walking Dead yet. They hate Fear the Walking Dead, which I'll say it's not as good as the original, but
He hates Fear the Walking Dead.
You can't feel like you hate Fear the Walking Dead.
okay. Next one. The Commonwealth Alliance. With Alexandria rebuilding, Rick and Michonne are approached by emissaries from the Commonwealth, seeking an alliance against a mysterious group called the Reclaimers, who are seizing settlements to build a new empire. The season dives into political intrigue as Rick navigates negotiations, while Michonne uncovers a conspiracy tying the Reclaimers to a former CRM ally. Their children, RJ and Judith, play key roles, with Judith stepping into leadership, exploring themes of legacy and family. Thoughts?
Wait a minute. Just a second.
Do you need me to repeat the whole thing?
I'm gonna share screen. You mean these guys? The Reclaimed?
From
TWD Saints and Sinners?
I don't know. It didn't say the Reclaimed, it was the Reclaimers. That would be interesting to see that tie-in, though.
Stupid name.
To see a tie-in from the game. That's something else too. These guys have played they've played both VR games.
If it be either, because one kept on glitching.
But there's some interesting stories there too. Okay. So, thoughts on the Commonwealth Alliance one? I think I like it better than the first option. I still think that the possible issue is there of falling back into the repetitiveness of it because it's a story. It's going partially back to a story that's already been done. But I think it could still be good. What do you guys think?
I think it could work.
Think it could work?
Yeah, I mean, it could work, but I agree with what you're saying. How it might just fall back into the repetitive over and over again.
Okay. Number 4, the search for home. When a massive walker horde threatens Alexandria, Rick and Michonne lead a group to find a rumored safe haven on the West Coast. Based on old CRM intel, the journey tests their leadership as they encounter hostile survivors, natural disasters, and internal group conflicts. Along the way, they discover the haven is controlled by a cult-like community worshiping walkers as divine. The season focuses on Rick and Michonne's moral dilemmas about sacrificing their principles for safety and whether they can truly find a permanent home. So this one, I think, has an interesting twist, a couple of them, because they would have to go all the way from the East Coast to the West Coast. So we're traveling entirely across the country with a group of people. Would you say Comet Magpie?
West Coast is the best coast.
It's not. but traveling across the country entirely to find this safe haven. I also think the idea of the cult-like group that is like worshiping the walkers as if they're like divine beings of some kind is an interesting idea that I'm kind of surprised has not been explored yet.
Yeah.
It reminds me of oh, you guys have never played this, but one of the Fallout games, I think it was Fallout New Vegas. There is a group, like a city built around this atomic bomb. That the bomb fell, but never detonated, and so it's a group around this atomic bomb, and they have a cult that like worships the bomb and stuff like that. But it at least in partially it reminded me of that. What do you guys think? Traveling across the country and finding people who worship walkers.
I think that's a
That-
pretty good one.
That would make sense. Since we already know the walls really did fall down.
Yeah, that's something else to keep in mind too. Is they wouldn't really be able to do much in Alexandria because the place where Alexandria was, they no longer have the walls up. Like they could technically put them back up, but I don't see that happening. It's an actual community where people live and things like that. So we actually are within driving distance of the location. So we may, at a future point in time, may have an episode going there and kind of looking around and
Maybe.
But yeah, I think that would be an interesting one, and that does kind of alleviate the idea of Alexandria not having the walls up anymore. They would have to get around that. So the last one, it's called the Lost Colony. Rick and Michonne receive a distress signal from a distant settlement claiming to be a thriving walker-free utopia called Elysium, founded by survivors with advanced technology. When they lead a team to investigate, they find the settlement abandoned, with clues pointing to a mass disappearance linked to a shadowy group experimenting with a cure for the Walker virus. The season follows their quest to uncover Elysium's fate, facing traps left by the group and wrestling with the ethical question of whether a cure is worth the cost of human experimentation. A subplot would be to explore Rick's lingering PTSD from the CRM and Michonne mentoring Judith as a future leader. So, thoughts. This is kind of similar to the last one, but there's some differences. And I do think I like the idea of bringing Judith in, bringing the same actress back, and bringing Judith in as a kind of like an adult-ish role, like more of stepping into a leader. Coming back, you're shaking your head no.
No.
You don't like this
won't
idea?
work. No.
Why?
Nowhere is safe.
Nowhere safe. TGK, what'd you say?
Oh, no. I was just telling you that Conrad probably shaking his head no.
Oh. Okay, so those are the 5. Of those 5, which one do you think would be the best shot or the best story? Number 4?
Number 4.
I would say either the one where they have to. Actually, no, never mind. The one where the people worship the walkers.
That would be number 4.
Oh, yeah.
I think either number 4 or number 2,
Yeah.
which they're similar. The big difference would be number 2 is they find the people experimenting on the walkers from the CRM lab, trying to find a cure. The reason I would go with that one possibly is because you explore the walker variants more, which they brought up at the end of The Walking Dead, and then just like literally just like dropped it and never mentioned it again. And
Hey, walkers are different variants, but we're not going to use them.
Also,
hey, these walkers are evolving, and now they can climb and they can
Yeah.
come at you in all ways that you didn't think possible. And oh, by the way, we're going to jump forward 6 months and never mention this.
I was just about to say,
Adios.
we gotta remember that. And like towards the end of the original show, there's the walker that climbs up the building after Jerry. And
Yeah.
then also in season 1, whenever the walker picks up the brick and tries to smash through the glass door.
Yep. Yeah, there's
There's
definitely some unexplained answers or unexplained questions there.
a whole series that's like a documentary style about walkers.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that is it for that episode. Let us know in the comments of these, which one would you guys prefer? Or is there another storyline that you have heard about or thought of for either The Walking Dead or just a zombie show in general that you think would be interesting to dive into, explore something that's not been done or hasn't been done well? Maybe I think there's a lot of possibilities that could be done. I think there's some stories in like the Walking Dead Telltale games that were explored there
I need to play those.
that haven't, yeah, they're good. That haven't been explored really anywhere else. There's a lot of really possible good storylines. I think they could go different places with that they just haven't yet. So let us know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all of that fun stuff. And until next time.